All right, what is your name and your diagnosis?
Corey McDermott, and I have borderline personality disorder and chronic depression.
How long have you struggled with those?
I have struggled probably for the past 30 years, but it's been really, really bad since COVID. Being an ER nurse, I have seen nothing but death, and um, there was times where it's like, okay, who lives, who dies, and that was my decision because we didn't have enough staff, we didn't have enough equipment, and to have to make those choices, it it just kind of destroyed a lot of us. So it's the past 4 years have been hard, just hard. Um, so being alone a lot, I've gone through two divorces, both sucked. And so struggling to raise a kid on my own pretty much since she was 3. So it's just been hard. I've always worked 2 jobs. I've gone to school, put myself through school 3 times, and it wears you out and it takes a toll. And I'm an ER nurse, so I give everything at work. I give everybody my everything. But then you don't understand you're depleting your whole life. So I'd come home, I'd be upset, I'd cry the whole way home. And I just had a very, very recent, actually December 27th, I'll never forget the day, um, where I had a younger girl come in. She was pregnant. She died of COVID, but she was pregnant and we had to deliver the baby. And so not only did we lose her, but we lost the baby. And that was probably one of the worst things I've ever had to do, was tell a whole family, you lost your child and your grandbaby. Having grandkids, that's hard.
So, we have looked at some of your tattoos tonight and regarding mental health. So, would you mind showing us some of those tattoos and explaining?
So I had a dog who was with me for 10 years, and that was my Lilykins. I called her Lilykins, or Princess, but she's Great Danes, and I love Great Danes because they're just the most loyal, beautiful dogs. And I lost her a year and a half ago, and then I lost all of her siblings over the past year. But this was just in honor of her, and then all of my dogs have a paw on me. So that's one of the things. I love flowers. I love butterflies. Um, this tattoo was actually in honor of my dad when he passed away because he was military, I was military, and the poppy is the flower of the military from Flanders Fields. So tons of my tattoos are poppies. Um, I'm colorful in black and white, and then back here is my fine balance. One side's color, one side's black and white. This side was actually color, this side's black and white, and it's to combine the two worlds where you have to find your balance in life.
What kind of advice would you give others in our position when it comes to how we are struggling with our mental health?
Take time out. Find what you love, and no matter how busy, do it. Love your family, spend the time, and just take that time to do what you need to do. If it's what you need to do to keep decompress, walk away, find something beautiful that you love and love it, because that will get you through.
How do you cope when it comes to mental health?
So what I do, because I'm so used to giving all of myself away, and I'll get to point, I can't cry. Like I can't cry, I can't show emotion. Um, and you're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like dead inside. And I know that sounds crazy, but so my daughter and I, because she actually has mental health issues too, we would do Sad Movie Sunday once a month. And so Sad Movie was Sunday was we would put on as many sad movies as we could, usually like 4, and we would cry all day. But it was a good cry because it was, I am human. I do have emotions. I do have feelings. So it was always our favorite movies that made us cry. But that was one of my biggest things. Um, I love to kayak. Water is so calming. Just one of the most calming things. And I love to hike through waterfalls. So this area, and actually up in Minnesota where I stay, there's so many waterfalls and stuff and beautiful places to hike. So I will just go and I will sit and I will hike to a waterfall or a little stream, and I'll kick back and I will just sit there and close my eyes and just listen. And that is one of the most relaxing, pulls your stress right out of you. It's like it just washes you clean. So those are my two biggest ways.
Okay, I just want to say thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That was actually what I did after that baby died. Was I went to Sparta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to the hiking and the waterfalls and everything.
I did. I booked it and I was like, I'm leaving for a few days, and I'm just like, I'm leaving. I need to go. I need some time. But yeah, that's what I do. I'll disappear.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll disappear.
But thank you for disappearing for a little bit and coming to see me, doing our little photo shoot and everything. Thank you for sharing your gorgeous tattoos and your, beautiful stories and your very, very sad stories, because that's what we're made up of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the light and the dark, and that's the whole purpose of this.
Yeah.
Is the hope and the despair that we see and we actually struggle with when it comes to life.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you did this. Like, I think, especially being a nurse, mental health is a horrible stigma, and you get looked down on and people treat you different. So it's just something that needs to be brought to. That's why I asked if you were publishing it anywhere, because
maybe someday.
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be put out there for people to see and to know it's okay. And everybody struggles. They just won't admit it.
Yeah. So. Or we feel like we can't talk about it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I know. That's my girlfriend, she was a nurse, and she just finished her NP like 3 years ago in mental health, and so a lot of her patients are former colleagues, because she's like, we are all messed up.
Yeah.
Like, we are.
And there's so many more of us than we know.
Right. Yeah. It's like our job has it's great, but it will kill you if you let it. So, I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.